Hi, I'm Catherine from St Peter's, and today we're doing some macrame, being led by Sara.
Hi, I'm Sara and I am going to show you how to make a macrame plant hanger. So you are going to need some macrame cord, but if you don't have that, you can use regular knitting wool. You need some scissors, preferably not kid scissors, and you can have a ring to hang it on, but you don't need one of these. It can be a wooden ring or a curtain ring. So you're going to need to measure your wool. So you start off by taking the end and you're going to measure it 1 arm's width and then double it. And that's where you're going to cut. You need 8 lengths in total. Okay, once you've got all your 8 lengths cut, you need to match them all up at the end so they're all in line. It doesn't need to be perfect. Then if you're using a hoop, you can hook it onto a door handle to make it easier to work. Thread all of your cords through the loop and pull it until they meet at the bottom. But I'm going to show you how to do it without a hoop. So we need to make sure all of the cords line up at the bottom, roughly, and find the middle. Then if you tie the cords, then we can start working from the middle. Now what you're going to do is you are going to take all of the cords and hold them so there's one either side. Then you need to make a triangle shape on this side. Take this cord on the outer side, over that one, and then through this loop that you've made. That will create a square knot. Once you've done that, you start from the other side, make a triangle, put your right cord over it, and then through the hoop. Then keep doing this until we've gone just a few times, because it's only to make the little loop at the top.
Okay, and every time you do it, you swap sides?
Yeah.
So triangle.
So right, left, right, left, right.
Triangle. The triangle goes on side.
Triangle.
Yeah. And then the other side goes over, under, and through on the opposite side. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the triangle on this side, over, under, and through.
Through on the opposite side. Okay.
I'm just going to work through it quickly, just so we can get this bit done, but obviously it will take a bit longer until you practice with it.
And you just use one thread on each side and all the rest of the 6?
Yeah,
in the middle.
In the middle.
Okay. Okay.
So it should look like this. You've got your alternating square knots on the top. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your cord or your wool and you're going to cut a rough length. So you need a length about this long. You'll take the top of it and overlap it with your square knots, go in the same direction as all your other cords. You need to make a loop at the bottom, and then you're going to start wrapping it around all of the cords, starting from your bottom square knot here. Once you've wrapped it a few times, you should still have this top one sticking out and your bottom loop. You're going to continue wrapping it until you've not got much cord left. Then we place this cord that you were working with through the loop and you pull the top cord. This will bring your working cord under the knot and secure it in place. These two ends, we don't need them anymore, you can cut them off.
And that will stay secure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's your top loop, and that is instead of using this ring. If you use the ring, you'll still need the gathering knot to secure it in place.
So if you had a hoop, you wouldn't do this circle,
you wouldn't do the square
you'd
knots.
just do
you would
8.
only do the gathering knot.
So you do 8 overlap them halfway and then just do a gathering knot?
Yeah.
Okay.
So because we did 8 lengths of cord, but we doubled them over, we now have 16 to work with. The plant hanger is going to look like this in the end. So we've got 4 different strands and your pot will sit inside. This is what it looks like with yarn as well, with the knitting wool. So we need 4 cords to work with. You're going to take the 2 outside ones and hold the other 2 in the middle. We're going to do the square knot again with the triangle. This one over, under the 2 middle ones and through this loop. Then we repeat it on the other side with a triangle on the left side. Put the right cord over it, under the 2 middle ones and pull it through. So you can continue doing that down for roughly this amount. You can do it longer, you could do it shorter. It depends how much you want your pattern to go down to. If you want to do a different knot, I'm going to show you on 4 new cords, but you would still work on this cord. We can do the square knot again, so we'll do the triangle on the right side, over, under, and pull it through. But instead of doing the left side now, we're going to keep doing the right side. So just carrying on with the triangle on the right side, still using the 2 outside cords. And then if you carry on doing it all the way through, once it starts turning, you can just flip it over, as long as you're always doing it on the right side. And you can see that although the square knots lay flat, these knots, if you do it all the way around, it goes in a spiral.
Okay.
Yeah? So you're going to continue doing either one. You can do a mixture of both, or you can do all square knots or all spiral knots. Down to roughly here. I would say about
2/3.
Yeah. It depends how long you want where you want your pot to sit. So you could do it here, but your plant would sit here. And if you do it lower down, your plant's going to be lower down. So it's personal preference. So with the 2 that you will have done all 4, but we're going to take 2, and you're going to line them up. So you should have a row of 8 cords. We're going to get rid of the 2 on the right side, get rid of 2 on the left side, and just use these 4 middle ones. You're going to do 1 full square knot, so that means you go on the right side first, and then you go on the left side with your triangle.
So this is after all your twirls are done?
Yeah, this is after you've done all your pattern all the way down. And as you can see, this will connect your 4 sides together. Yeah? So then you're going to turn it over, and you're going to get the next 2. So this one I've already worked with, but I need these 2 cords.
So they're the ones you left out from before?
Yeah, they're the ones I left out. And then here is my next 4. So I'm going to get rid of this right side. I'm going to work with the 2 inner sides. I'm going to do my 1 square knot. So starting on the right side, then starting on the left side. I'm going to do this until all of the cords have joined up.
So you get 8.
Yep.
You take 2 off the side.
So you should have 4 square knots.
All together.
All in the same, they all need to be level. Doesn't matter where you do them, as long as they're all level.
Okay.
So as you can see, you've got your 4 square knots roughly lined up. You will probably have a straighter line, because obviously I've just done it quickly to show you.
And they'll obviously have the pattern up as well,
yeah,
right?
You'll have all these patterned, either the spiral knots, the square knots, or a mixture of them. You're going to take another length, the same as you did for the top. Doesn't really matter exactly how long it is. Cut it off. you're going to, under these square knots, you're going to bunch all of your cords together, and you're going to do exactly the same as we did up here, the top. You're going to get your cord, line it up, make a loop at the bottom, and then begin wrapping the cord around all of your other cords. You're then going to put this end into the loop and pull the top one to secure it. You can cut these two ends off because we don't need them. And then you might be able to see here, I've got some very uneven lengths, and it's a bit too long dangling down. You can cut this wherever you like. You can have a really short end, or if you want them trailing, you can cut it longer. So it should look something like this. Yours will have the pattern running down all of it. You can take your plant, you can use a fake plant, a real plant, any sort of plant you like. You're going to open this up and you can pop it in, and it should hang something like that. So here's the one I showed earlier with the knitting yarn instead. You can see all the patterns all the way down. I chose the spiral knot because that's my personal favourite. So as you can see with this one, I used the hook as well. We just laid them on and used that gathering knot at the top. So this is what it would look like with your plant in it. So it should hang something like that.
It's got a bit of better.
Yeah, you might want to fiddle about with it a little bit, and once it's hanging upright, it will look a lot nicer. So you can use these sort of techniques to make lots of different types of wall hangings using a dowel like this one, or you can use tree branches. Obviously make sure that they have been dried so that they don't have any bugs in them, or you can use like copper pipe. So what you would do with these these are called Lark's head knots. You will get your dowel. You would find the middle of your lengths, whatever your length will be. Put it over the dowel like this, and then thread. So you'll have a loop at the back, and then thread these two through that loop until you get to the bottom. And that's how you start most wall hangings.
Okay then.
So this is one example with all Lark's head knots. You could do a wall hanging like this. This is more of a just straight rectangle wall hanging with, you can see the spiral knots here. And these are called double half hitches. There's lots of YouTube videos to show you how to do these if you want to make a pattern. They're called double half hitches. And then lastly, we have this one. So you can see here how I've used the spiral knots, the Lark's head, which I've just shown you, and then this pattern in the middle is again double half hitches.